me start with something slightly dramatic. Influencers destroyed social media. Okay, let me start with something slightly dramatic. Influencers destroyed social media, the same way that my neighbors are destroying right now my filming. Okay, let me start with something slightly dramatic. Influencers destroyed social media. Okay, I'm joking, but also not entirely. Because whether we like it or not, influencers have fundamentally shaped the way we see social media, marketing, success, identity, and even ourselves. And recently, when I asked my students whether influencers had shaped the way they view social media, the responses were exactly what I expected. Confusion, frustration, admiration, cynicism, inspiration all at once. That's when I realized we're not simply discussing a marketing phenomenon here. We are witnessing a social shift. If we strip the word back to its definition, influencing simply means having the capacity to affect the character or behavior of someone or something. Teachers influence, parents influence, artists influence, friends influence. Influence has always existed. What changed is that a generation figured out how to monetize it. And that's where everything shifted. About a decade ago, we saw the first wave of what we now call influencers. People documenting everything. Their breakfast, their outfits, their breakups, their skincare routine, their daily thoughts. It felt intimate, it felt accessible, it felt human. And brands quickly realized something powerful, that people trust people more than they trust advertisements. So instead of buying billboards, they bought faces. For a while, influencing looked like the easiest job in the world. You share your life, you post a link, you earn money. Simple. But in business, nothing that looks effortless is ever that simple. From experience, I've noticed that the wider the audience grows, the bigger the emotional distance becomes. What started as intimacy slowly became performance. What felt at the beginning organic became transactional. Many people enter the space riding a trend rather than building a brand. They experience rapid peaks without creating a foundation strong enough to sustain them. And when there are no foundations, decline isn't personal, it's structural. At the same time, nothing else happened. Oversharing slowly turned into strategy. Births, breakups, breakdowns, medical journeys, deeply private moments, everything became content. Everything is content. When everything becomes content, the line between human and product starts to blur. That is when the word influencer began to feel shallow to many people. But here's the truth that it is uncomfortable. Mediocrity always existed. We just didn't have front row seats to it. Social media didn't invent shallowness, it amplified the access. Before, you didn't know what someone in another city was eating for breakfast, but now you know what someone on another continent is arguing about in real time. Access changed perception and resentment grew. There is now an entire generation that doesn't dream of becoming doctors or lawyers. They dream of becoming influencers. Feels unstable, unserious, disconnected from the traditional path of hard work, climb the ladder, and security. When someone appears to be just posting online and earning money, it disrupts the old narrative of effort and reward. But what people often resent is not influencers themselves. It is visibility without the visible struggle. It challenges long-held beliefs about success, and disruption always creates tension. Yet what we don't talk about enough is that some influencers evolved. They understood that they were not just personalities, they were businesses. And although that sounds cold, It isn't. Seeing yourself as a product doesn't mean you're fake. It means you understand structure. When you understand that you're building a personal business, your decisions change. You begin to think long term. You protect your positioning. You become intentional about your narrative. Most importantly, you learn to separate yourself from your business. The two overlap, of course, but they are not identical. Did influencers ruin marketing? No, they forced it to evolve. They proved that attention is currency, that trust is currency, that personality is currency. They demonstrated that people don't just buy products, they buy identity, alignment, and belonging. What they also did, perhaps unintentionally, was raise the bar of expectation for everyone else. Now every brand feels pressure to be vulnerable but polished, relatable but aspirational, authentic but strategic, present on every platform and constantly engaging. That pressure is exhausting, which brings us to the real question. What is the solution? What is the solution, AD.MD? It's not rejecting influencer culture. Influencing can generate attention, but branding sustains it. Influencing can make you viral. Branding makes you stable. If you are a business owner, you don't need to become an influencer. You need to become clear. Clear about who you are, who you serve, what you stand for, what you choose not to share, and what you protect. You don't need to expose your entire life. You need to communicate your value consistently. We are moving away from show everything towards show what matters, away from chasing virality and toward building positioning. Influencers did not destroy social media. If anything, they exposed human psychology. They revealed how deeply we crave belonging, proximity, admiration, and access. They exposed the mechanics of attention and the emotional pull of visibility. Now the responsibility shifts back to us. If you are building something, don't resent the system. Study it, understand it, then build your own positioning within it. Because the real power isn't in influencing, it's in building something that lasts beyond trends. And that has always been the essence of branding. If you enjoyed this topic and this video, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend that might be interested in this kind of topic, and yeah, I'll see you very soon. Thank you.